You're listening to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. And last but not least, from Group D, Jihan, we'll talk about South Africa. And they were runners-up 2 years ago in the final against India. They should have won. They had the final in their hands, but they weren't able to capitalize in those moments in that final. I suppose they've sort of banished the choking tag now, Jihan, in tournaments because of the World Test Championship final last year, defeating Australia there. So they've sort of banished the choking tag. But I suppose it's a bit different. It's more of the limited overs formats, really, that they need to banish the choking tag because of what's happened in World Cups over the years and all that stuff. So they need to do it in the limited overs formats to really get rid of the choking tag altogether. They've got a team that's capable, full of experience in T20 cricket and also IPL cricket, so they're used to the subcontinental conditions. Probably their best chance of probably winning the T20 World Cup. Obviously, they could have done it 2 years ago, but as I said, they weren't able to capitalize in the final against India. Probably India deserved to win because they were the better team. But South Africa potentially could go all the way again and could use that as motivation from what happened 2 years ago to pull off a victory here. So your thoughts on South Africa, Jihan? Are they going to banish the choking tag? Are they going to learn from what happened 2 years ago? Or do you think they're going to be the old South Africa and crack under pressure?
Yeah, I think the first thing I'd say is the World Test Championship is more of a league than a tournament. So that doesn't, rule out South Africa choking in an actual tournament again, which they tend to do on most occasions. Yeah. The squad itself, it actually looks pretty strong. They've got decent bowlers in Rabada, Ngidi, Nokia. Maharaj will be good in these conditions as a spinner. Marco Jansen, is pretty much an all-rounder these days. And the batting, if that gets going as well, is pretty strong. Like Markram, Quinton de Kock, Brevis, Rickleton, David Miller. And Tristan Starbury is also very, very talented. They're missing the right-hander, can't remember his name. Klassen. Yeah, I think he's since retired, but I think that's a very strong batting lineup. Good fast bowling. Maybe lacking in the spin department. Only Maharaj really. I'm not sure who else is going to bowl spin there. And then also the question is going to be whether they're going to struggle against the subcontinental teams, spinners. Which is something South Africa historically have struggled with as well, probably more so than Australia and England, I would say. The other thing is their record has actually been really poor since the last World Cup as well. So they're beating the West Indies at the moment, but they've lost 7 series since then. They lost a game to Namibia somehow, and even in the last World Cup, I think they lost a game to one of the minnow sides by 1 run. I can't remember which team it was. But yeah, so my prediction is they will. Well, who's in that group actually? They've got
Afghanistan, New Zealand, Canada, and the UAE.
Yeah, so maybe they're going to lose to Afghanistan. They'll choke at some point, I think. Yeah. All right, you heard it from me. My prediction is they're going to lose to Afghanistan and won't make it out of the group. Like when they lost to Netherlands. In the one in Australia, I think that was in Adelaide, wasn't it? That game.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah. So I think they're a really good squad on paper, but they'll find a way of messing it up. I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, that's the thing with South Africa, isn't it? It's the pressure and it's the sort of stigma that comes with world tournaments, I suppose. But as I said before, they need to do it in the 50 over World Cup, which is next year in their own backyard, or here in this T20 World Cup, to finally banish the demons of choking in tournaments. Whereas the World Test Championship's more like a multi-year league or tournament over a certain amount of years. Whereas
exactly,
they need to do it on the world stage here in the tournament here over the next few weeks in February and March. So they've got a strong team on paper, but they need to be good in the actual playing itself on the field. Their batting's pretty good. Their bowling's good. They've got bases covered there. It's just whether or not they can handle the pressure or not. But I suppose, when after what happened last year in the World Test Championship, sort of that can spur them on. And what happened 2 years ago as well, where they came so close. That does motivate you when you lose a final like that. They should have won, really. But India were able to bounce back, as they always do.
I think that's one of the worst chokes I've ever seen. I know they've got form for pretty bad choking episodes, but
that one was
when you're chasing a high score in a T20 and you've narrowed it down to 6 and over from the last 4 overs with 6 wickets in hand, and then you still manage to mess it up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got to be up there for their worst choke. Like, obviously, the worst one was the '99 World Cup final. Was it Edgbaston or Headingley? No, Edgbaston, wasn't it?
Edgbaston,
yeah. That's probably the worst, but this one's going to be up there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They've got a number to choose from, so it's hard to rank them.
Yes, no, that's right. Yeah, it's probably something you don't want to look back on fondly. But with South Africa, that's often the case. But, they're more than capable. It's just whether or not they can banish those demons of the past. We shall see with South Africa and see how they go in this tournament. But they should be up there in terms of the contenders once we get to the business end of this T20 World Cup. But we shall wait and see what happens with South Africa and see what they can do in this T20 World Cup.